When a fake HOA cop dared to throw my newborn in the lake, he didn't know who he was messing with. My SEAL dad wasn't about to let that slide. It was a typical afternoon, and I was spending time with my newborn, enjoying the peaceful moments of parenthood. But that peace was shattered when an unknown man showed up at our door, claiming to be an HOA cop. He demanded that we comply with some ridiculous new rule, one I had never heard of, saying it was for community safety. At first, I thought it was a mix-up, a misunderstanding. But things took a terrifying turn when he got aggressive. He stormed into my yard and began harassing me, barking orders and insisting that my family was violating some made-up rule. I stood my ground, refusing to let some fake enforcer intimidate me, but that wasn't enough for him. He grabbed my baby, who was peacefully cradled in my arms, and threw them straight into the lake. It happened so fast. I couldn't process what was happening, but the sight of my newborn in the water snapped me into action. But before I could even react, I saw him. My father, a former Navy SEAL, had been watching from a distance. He rushed over, a blur of force and precision, and in an instant he had control of the situation. Without hesitation, my dad reached into his waistband and pulled out his Glock 19. He wasn't playing around. The fake HOA cop froze as the SEAL. My father took over, and the situation escalated quickly. My dad's voice was steady and commanding as he told the man to drop everything and get away, fast. The fake cop realized he was in way over his head, and he dropped his act as quickly as he'd thrown my child into the water. My dad didn't need to say much more. The man backed off, knowing he was outmatched and outclassed. As he fled, my dad jumped into the water, pulled my baby out, and handed them back to me, safe and sound. I'll never forget that moment, the sense of helplessness turning into overwhelming gratitude for my dad's presence. The fake cop never returned, and I made sure to let everyone know what happened. No one messes with my family. The HOA learned that day that some things aren't worth messing with, especially when there's a SEAL dad involved. Want to hear more stories of standing up to the HOA? Subscribe to the HOA Stories for more wild and unforgettable moments.